Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Thunder Weekly. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Al Eschbach, and we are at Eskridge Honda. And with us, Kim Atkins, used car manager here at Eskridge Honda. Lots of things happening with the Thunder. Lots of things happening here at Eskridge Honda.
So true, and it's an exciting time to be in Oklahoma City.
Yes, the Thunder are trying to stay on a winning track with Westbrook, and everybody here at Eskridge Honda is excited about 2014.
We sure are. We've got lots of great things going. A couple 2013 models, so great deals on those, and then we've got the 2014s that are rolling in.
And so the 2014s are always hot, but you've got a couple bargains on the 2013s.
I have some bargains on some 2013 Honda Civics, and we also got the new 2014 Honda Accord Hybrid in, so we have one of those in, which is exciting.
We'll have to take a look at that.
Very exciting.
Al, how about the Thunder? Thunder kind of trying to stay afloat with Westbrook hurt.
No surprise. I mean, that's what people expected. I mean, no surprise. When you lose a guy, a top 10 player, you struggle. Now, a couple of the games, you're losing to Brooklyn at home. You got to win that game. You went out Russell Westbrook. But the thing is, and with the injury, the Thunder's more secretive than the CIA. So we have no idea. He could be back next week. It could be early February. I mean, so you just don't know.
Well, wait, the NSA might be the only ones that know besides the Thunder.
I mean, so go figure, right?
Go figure. But, they had that really good game after Westbrook got hurt against Houston and won that. Kind of everybody elevated everybody's hopes. And then they came back, playing Brooklyn and then getting beat at home a couple of times. Kind of, they just, they can say 500, they're all right.
They just look a little flat, and then the fourth quarter always seems to be a struggle. It's like we can't finish.
Well, what's happened is Reggie Jackson's gone into a funk. So he has not played well here in the last few games.
Well, and that was unexpected because he was playing so well as, that first guard off the bench. People were talking about sixth man of the year. Now he's struggling as a starter. My theory on that is, that's good for the Thunder because it's devaluing him just about where they need him to be so they can re-sign him. Your thought, Kim?
Well, I hope that they are proactive and maybe go after him this year as opposed to waiting for his contract term. Doesn't it? We've got one more year on his contract term.
This is his contract year. Then next year he's a free agent after that.
Yeah.
So I think that now would be the time to potentially
because
go after him.
if you don't sign him in the off season, you may have to trade, and he doesn't sign before the season starts. You may have to trade him next year sometime.
And Presti's always been, as you said, been proactive. I mean, he traded hard before he got into his contract year. I think maybe Thabo Sefolosha may.
I think he's gone.
Well, I know he's gone, but they may trade him to try to get something out of it.
Well, yeah, somebody could because of his expiring contract.
Yeah, so coming up with trades. So that's something that that we'd look for in the next few weeks before the trade deadline. But what we're looking for right now, Kim, is some great bargains here at Eskridge Honda.
Like we said, we've got my Cross Tour. I've got $6,000 off a new 2013 Honda Cross Tour.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
The Cross Tour is a great
car.
My
favorite car.
$6,000 off.
$6,000 off.
Right, you come down this week and get a Cross Tour $6,000 off. We're at Eskridge Honda. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach, and Kim Atkins at Eskridge Honda. We'll be right back. More on Thunder Weekly. And welcome back to Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach from Eskridge Honda. Let me tell you about Rain Guard. Rain Guard will take care of your gutter problems for the rest of your life because Rain Guard has 4 great locations. They do great installation. They got a professional staff, and they also are the only place that have the gutter helmet. Never clean gutters again, and take care of your gutter problems for the rest of your life at Rain Guard. 4 locations in the metro. Give them a call. They'll come in, give you a free estimate, and take care of you. And they also have gutter helmet where you never have to clean a gutter again. That's Rain Guard. Now let's talk about Sam Presti and what his outlook is. He was on your radio station talking about some of the things that they're looking at. Now, of course, he talks in general manager speak, It's all in generalities and all that. But a couple of things he was talking about is he thought that the injury to Westbrook has impacted the bench more than the starting 5.
Yeah, because the bench gets weaker. I mean, with Reggie Jackson coming up, as you said, people said he could be the 6th man. All of a sudden, he's starting. Then if Lamb doesn't play well, all of a sudden, a part of the team that you thought was a big-time strength, the bench, which was before Westbrook got hurt, is not.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trickle-down effect. You take Reggie off the bench squad, and then he's in the starter. Well, he's not playing as well, so that brings that down. And then the bench is not playing as well without him on there coming on, so that brings that down. And so all of a sudden you're weakening not only your starting rotation, but your bench. And it's starting to show quite apparently in some of these later games here.
Yeah, and that's why Lamb got to be consistent. Collison's usually pretty good, and so they just. But again, who knows when Westbrook's going to be back? Usually, an injury like that shouldn't be significant time. I mean, should not be significant time.
Should Thunder fans and the Thunder brass be worried about overall health for Russell Westbrook?
Not now. I think if he gets hurt again, will be.
I mean, it's just one of those things. It's human nature to think, well, 3 operations in 1 year on the same.
And it wasn't a bad injury. I mean, so it's not like a torn ACL.
It was a meniscus.
Yeah.
And then they went back in because there was a stitch out of there
right.
or something, and then they got to go back in because there's some swelling. But there's something there. Now, I have to admit, I didn't think he would be as good as fast when he came back the first time.
Well, he's a freak.
Isn't he unbelievable?
Yeah, he means so much to the team, and you know what'll be interesting. I wonder if this hurts Kevin Durant in the MVP race.
Well, he's scoring more,
putting up numbers, but they're not winning. So people are going to go,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. If you don't win, how do you get to be MVP?
Yeah,
somebody comes along and they usurp him at the end because of the playoffs.
But if Westbrook gets back and he's healthy and they have the best record in the West. He will be right there with the MVP people this year.
Yeah, you got to err on the side of caution with Westbrook. You don't want him to come back. I know he wants to come back, but you got to hold him out until you're 100% sure that nothing he's going to do the rest of the year. Because the last thing you want is to have him come back and then not be able to play in the playoffs again.
Yeah, I mean, but doctors know. Doctors know, okay, you're fine, go play. I mean, they know.
Well, they should.
They're getting big bucks to make decisions.
But they cleared him the first time and they got swelling again.
Yeah.
So you would like to say that, okay, there's not going to be a problem. And, of course, now he said he was pain-free, but the knee kept swelling. So that was the reason why they wanted to go ahead and take care of it now. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the other guys. That pressure you were talking about Durant is facing to do more, score more. He said in the paper he was pressing, but he doesn't want to score more. He wants to pass more.
No,
I don't agree.
I don't agree. With Westbrook out, you got to score more. Come on, Kevin, shoot the ball.
Well, he's one of those rare individual superstars that is unselfish. I mean, you think Kobe Bryant had ever said, I need to pass more. I don't need to shoot as many.
Durant got more of the LeBron James mentality.
Yeah, share it around, and get everybody else involved.
But right now, Kevin, you got to shoot the ball.
Against Milwaukee, he tried to pass the ball.
And that first part of that game was nasty.
It was ugly. God, it was ugly to watch. I mean, nobody was in rhythm. Nobody could hit a shot. And he was passing up wide open shots to give guys shots that weren't as wide open. Kevin was. So those are the kind of things. Now, Sam Presti also was talking about, who is going to benefit from more minutes being played because Russell's out. And I thought the one guy that might be most beneficial from all those more minutes would be Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, he's played pretty well, but, he's been a little inconsistent. But I think he's had a really good year.
Well, he has, and I'm hoping that the more minutes he gets, the more comfortable he becomes, and the better player he deserves. The one guy that I think should get more minutes and play better is Perry Jones, and I'm not sure that's happening. He's getting more minutes, but he's not really playing a whole lot better offensively.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what the future holds for Perry Jones, but at times he looks really good. At times he doesn't look very good, but. Jeremy Lamb is a key for this sequence. The bench was so good before Westbrook went down.
And he's been playing well. Hey, you know what NBA referees have in common with me? They need better eyesight. And eyesight is where they can get taken care of at Comprehensive Urgent Eye Care with Dr. Thomas Wolf. They feature same-day service. So whether you're looking for eyeglasses, contacts, in one day, you can get taken care of by Dr. Wolf and Comprehensive Urgent Eye Care. They have 4 locations, Midwest City, Mustang, Edmond, and South Oklahoma City. That's Comprehensive Urgent Eye Care and Dr. Wolf. We'll be right back with more on Thunder Weekly. And welcome back to Thunder Weekly. Heath and Al Eschbach from Eskridge Honda, I-240 between Western and Penn here on the south side of I-240. Great place. They got bargains galore, as Kim Atkins said. They've got 2013 Crosser, $6,000 off. Plus, they got all the new models, the 2014s, available here at Eskridge Honda. Now, let's talk real quick about the players that we talked about who's benefiting from more minutes. Let's talk about who's playing well now and who's not really playing well. We talked about Durant. Ibaka, I thought, would pick up the scoring a little bit more, with Westbrook. But you know what? They played so well together, maybe that's a hindrance to him as opposed to getting...
And remember, early in the year when Westbrook wasn't playing, Ibaka struggled. And then as soon as Westbrook came back, you go, wow, Serge just went crazy. So maybe there's something in the game that with Westbrook, it helps Serge, but he definitely, the first time around and even now, he played better when Westbrook's in there.
And that I understand there's a more of a, cohesion with him or a better feeling, on that pick and pop, that he plays. But golly, he has the game to be able to, to be more of an offensive contributor than when everybody else is struggling.
Well, yeah, it does, and it just probably helps him a lot more with Westbrook. There's times that you got to double Westbrook, and so it's going to leave somebody open. And but yes, Serge, I'm confident Serge will get back again. This whole thing, it's hard to judge this team right now without Westbrook. It really is.
I tell you somebody that's struggling, and that's Thabo Sefolosha.
Yeah, he is really on both ends of the court.
Yeah, he's not playing the lockdown defense, that he was, and he's missing that open three that they need him to be able to hit. I mean, the first year he was here, he hit like 30-something% from three. Then it was almost 40% last year. Now he's, it's under 30% again.
Well, he's a guy that could be gone. Some team before the trade deadline could want to pick up an expiring contract. The Thunder's not going to re-sign him after the season.
Okay, I got a trade for you.
What do you got?
Thabo Sefolosha to the Bulls for Mike Dunleavy.
Dunleavy's contract got a pretty big contract.
He's a $4 million guy, running $4 million.
I don't know if they can afford $4 million with what they're going to have to pay Reggie Jackson.
They got a 2.3 trade exception that they can add to it, to where it only hits them for $1 million.
Well, how much more does Dunleavy have on his contract?
I think he's got 2 more years.
Yeah, so. I don't even. Before I thought, well, you need a shooter. I don't know if that's the case now. I thought bench was really, really good before Westbrook
and
went down.
maybe they're looking. If they go Thabo, maybe they're looking for somebody that can play a little defense. That's more of a.
Well, I think they'll put Robertson in there.
That's to me. That's the obvious replacement.
I don't think they're gonna. If they trade Sefolosha, I think it'll be for a draft pick. I think they feel good, and I do too, about their young players that they don't need to bring other people in.
You know what? I just don't see them going into the playoffs without a veteran, guy at the 2 guard. I don't think they want Andre Robertson playing in the playoffs against Miami, San Antonio.
Well, but again, if they do, they're going to have to pick up somebody for no money. I mean, so whoever they bring in, it's going to be
tough ticket to get somebody that fits in their salary cap thing.
So I really don't think they're going to make a major move at all. I really don't.
And people are talking about, there was talk about Gary Neal from San Antonio. Well, isn't that guy Fish? He's a 3-point shooter, guard. That's the same thing they got in Fish.
What they got to think, and I'm sure they are, go, okay, before the injury, we're the best team in the NBA. Yeah. So why do something and get Westbrook back, and again, then we're the best team in the league. So that's what you got to look. And again, before he got hurt, they were the best team in the league.
And that's one of the things that tempers Sam Presti's thinking, because he's always thinking 2 or 3 years ahead and all that. So if he did make a move with Sefolosha, it'd have to be just for this year.
And then with money, because then Presti got to go to Clay Bennett. I mean, he's not making it. Clay Bennett got he's writing the checks there, so you got to go to to Clay and go, how much money do I have to work with?
You bet. Hey, let me talk about Coda CrossFit in Norman and in Oklahoma City. Coda CrossFit, the best way to get in shape for your life is Coda CrossFit. They have a different workout each day. They're a highly trained and knowledgeable staff, and they come with you to train. So if you're looking to get in the best shape of your life, that's Coda CrossFit, 2 locations, Oklahoma City and Norman. To get in the best shape of your life, that's Coda CrossFit. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach from Eskridge Honda. We'll be right back with more of Thunder Weekly right after this. And welcome back to Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach from Eskridge Honda. Al, let's talk real quickly about the rest of the NBA. We're so close to the Thunder that we sometimes lose the what the rest of the NBA is doing sometimes, unless they're playing the Thunder. But Indiana, to me, is playing the best basketball in the NBA right now.
A little bit not over San Antonio, maybe. Their schedule is a little bit easier because they're playing all the Eastern teams. So
maybe 1A and 1B with
Yeah.
San Antonio, depending on. But San Antonio is the first team to get 30 wins.
yeah, they're unbelievable.
I mean, they just keep doing it.
And before the year, everybody picks somebody different. Nobody picks them to win.
Yeah, and last year they're one rebound away from
You're
winning,
right. Or Ray Allen, not in the three-pointer.
Yeah, one or the other. If they get the rebound, he doesn't get the shot. If he misses a shot, they still
Yeah.
win. Game,
Or hit
the
free throw.
series
Hit a
over.
free throw or two.
Yeah, or hit a
late.
free throw, instead of missing 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, I'd go with that. And and you wonder about Miami. Do they just go, okay, we don't really care?
I think so.
But you know what, Rick? They may think so if they had got to play Game 7 in Indiana.
Yeah, that would be tough.
That would be really tough.
Because, they've been having the home court advantage for so long, and it paid off last year.
And the percentage of winning Game 7 on the road is down.
It's very rare. Now,
So-
so we got Indiana, San Antonio. To me, the third best team playing best right now is Golden State.
Yeah, they won had a 9-game winning streak. When they got Iguodala back, it really hurt them.
Yeah,
helped them.
Helped them. Yeah, and so they've been doing well. And then you go Portland Trailblazers. I keep thinking they're going to fade out, but they keep, about the time they do, they'll win 4 or 5 in a row again.
Yeah, Terry Stotts for OU players done a great job, and you got the Clippers without Chris Paul. I mean, they're trying to deal like what the Thunder's doing right now. So.
Yeah, it's hard for them because they don't have the nucleus, the bench like they have here at the Thunder or the leadership.
No, and now it helps with Redick back because then that puts Crawford back on the bench coming in. So that really helps him a lot.
Oklahoma City right about in the middle, Miami, the Clippers, and Houston Rockets. There's a mystery team to me because they go out and they'll play a really good game, and then they'll get beat by somebody at home.
Yeah.
They got beat by New Orleans, I think it was, at home or something. Just unbelievable how they could lose that game.
I'm wondering if they make a trade. I mean,
They always do.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been very active for the last 2 or 3
but
years.
Harden and Dwight Howard's had a great year.
Yeah, you know who the surprise team to me in the East is? Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, they're playing well. You're right.
I tell you what, they play hard, they play well. They came in here and beat the Thunder, and everybody goes, wow, the Raptors, but that was no fluke. They have beaten Miami, they've beaten Indiana, both this year.
No, you're right. That's a surprise team. Especially they got rid of Bargnani. They got rid of some people for salary stuff and everything. So they're going to be in good shape in the future.
They are, and they're playing well. And then, of course, the other one that's the surprise team in the West is Phoenix Suns. Jeff Hornacek.
Although they lose Bledsoe, they're full, and they're going boom, 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 boom,
and
down.
Tough. The same thing with Trailblazers. Trailblazers are going to have a tough time holding.
But not like Phoenix is.
Because they don't lose Bledsoe for the rest of the year.
I don't think Phoenix makes a playoff.
All right, hey, we're going to take another timeout. We're at Eskridge Honda. Al Eschbach, Rick Heath. We're at Eskridge Honda. We'll see you some more on Thunder Weekly right after this short timeout. And welcome back to the final segment of Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath and Kim Atkins, used car manager here of Eskridge Honda. Lots of good things are happening here at Eskridge.
Lots of exciting things. We've got the first part of our Eskridge free ride is kind of wrapped up. January 12th was the last day to submit applications or
For a
nominations
senior,
for a
senior.
deserving high school senior to win a 2014 Chevy Spark and a $25,000 scholarship from Prosperity Bank. So last check, I know that we had over 1,200 applicants, so we're really, really, really
So
excited.
it's going to go through the applicants now, and you'll have some semifinalists and a finalist, and that'll be given away sometime later in the spring.
Exactly. So basically, the top 10 will be notified here probably late February, and then they'll be interviewed, and then they'll be announced the top 5, and then again the car will be given away in May.
And they get
Super
a Chevy
exciting.
Spark.
A Chevy Spark, a brand new Chevy Spark. So it's really exciting.
From Eskridge Chevrolet.
From
in
Eskridge
in
Chevrolet in Guthrie. Yeah,
you bet.
absolutely.
So that's great. That's a lot of fun for some lucky high school senior will win that. Of
Absolutely.
course, you have $5,000 scholarships for the 4 semifinals.
You do. So there's a lot of money on the table, and again, lots of deserving kids out there. We're really excited to play a part of that.
That's great. Hey, let me tell you about some wonderful sponsors here on Thunder Weekly. Trails Golf Club in Norman. If you're looking to improve your golf game for the 2014 year, then you need to join the Trails Golf Club. They got great deals and a great place to play. Give them a call at 364-3790 for membership details, or if you want to call the Pro Shop, that's 360-1920. Sun and Ski Sports, great sponsor here of the Thunder Weekly. Great selection of North Face, Patagonia, Mountain hardware, all that available at Sun and Ski Sports. Don't go outside until you go to Sun and Ski, 10109 North May in Oklahoma City, also in Sooner Mall in Norman and in Tulsa. Locations of Sun and Ski Sports. So don't go outside until you go to Sun and Ski Sports. Also, Sam's Optical with locations in Edmond and on South Walker in Oklahoma City and I-240. If you need expert advice on eyewear, go to Sam's Optical. Sam's has the latest fashion eyewear for the ladies, plus the guys, they've got Oakley's, Ray-Bans, and Carrera Sports frames. Sam's is a friendly, fun showroom that will get you all the things you need for your fashion eyewear at Sam's Optical. The best eyewear to go is at Sam's Optical. Now, real quickly, who surprises you on the Thunder with their play since Westbrook's been out?
Well, I would have said Reggie Jackson a couple weeks, but he's kind of tapered off a little bit, which I think we've talked about before today. So I think that he probably just needs to get his head back in the game and kind of reevaluate what he can do for the team. So I think that there's a real opportunity for him here.
I think he will come back around. He's been struggling a little bit, but he will. I tell you what, I think the guy that I like more than anything else is Steven Adams right now.
He has really played really well. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, he brings a toughness and a size thing that now they can get rid of Perkins and bring Steven Adams. Anyway, tell us one more thing about your 2013 Eskridge Hondas.
Like I said, we've got great deals on the 13s. I told you before, $6,000 off a Honda Cross Tour, which is really exciting, my favorite vehicle, as well as just lots of other savings on the end of the year closeouts and some really great options for the 2014s
All
as well.
that available at Eskridge Honda. Come by and they'll make you a deal. That's going to do it for Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Kim Atkins. We'll see you next time on Thunder Weekly.